Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be going over the current conditions, breaking down the upcoming pattern, and as well as the upcoming temperature pattern. We also have a few days of severe weather upcoming as well. Uh, I just recorded an entire video, and I realized the audio was not even a recording. So this is my second take of this video. So today's video is going to be a little bit late, unfortunately. My voice is feeling a little bit better, which is some good news. So let's just break down the current conditions real quickly, and then we're going to break down everything else. We do have some showery activity going on up here for the northwestern United States, and really there's some snowfall, some rainfall as well. We're going to go over each and every little spot in there. We also have some thunderstorm activity going on for the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes. This is going to get even worse throughout the day today, and even worse than today throughout the day tomorrow. So there's a ton to go over, and we also have this coastal storm out here kind of bringing some of that ocean air on shore, which is causing the current conditions that are really just colder than normal and pretty nasty for the East Coast. You've probably noticed, unless you live under a rock, or if you don't live on the East Coast, of course. Let's go ahead and zoom into the Northwest real quickly, and first things first, we're taking a look at some of the showery activity here for Washington and Oregon. These are in the form of isolated and scattered showers, I would say. So we do have a lot of this activity ongoing, and this is just going to be kind of your typical run-of-the-mill Northwest weather, really, for the most part. We do have some snowfall and a tiny bit of rainfall going on for northern Nevada there, as well as portions of Idaho and Oregon there as well. So we do have some of that activity ongoing. We do also have for Montana, South Dakota, and North Dakota quite a bit of activity ongoing also. So we do have some showers that are heavier over here further eastward, and we also have some lighter showers here in the more western regions. Now, we have these thunderstorms ongoing up here for the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes, so that is worth noting. Quite a bit of thundery activity, even some severe thunderstorm warnings coming in. We see those in the yellow areas, so we're seeing that for sure. This is going to just get worse throughout the day today, like I mentioned before. We do have this showery activity here for the south central United States, but this is actually dissipated over the last few hours. This was featuring more moderate rainfall that was ongoing over Oklahoma. Not dramatically weakened over time, as you can tell. So that is what we were looking at, but not anymore. And then we have a lot of this showery activity heading down the Florida coast. And this could be thunderstorms or isolated showers. It's hard to determine exactly what it is. We do also have some of these showers up here for New England and portions of the Northeast, but this is also kind of lightening up over time. So that's all that's going on currently. What we're going to do is we're going to break down the upcoming stormy pattern. We're going to be going over the total precipitation, total snowfall, and then eventually the temperatures and even the severe weather a little bit later on. Now, here we are taking a look at the current conditions on our upcoming radar imagery. So that was kind of what's ongoing right now. We're going to watch this up here. I just want you to keep an eye up there. I'm going to keep going back and forth with this. So this is by this early afternoon. I would say maybe even noontime, so maybe about 12 p.m. here today on Wednesday, May 11th. We see minimal showers in there, but as you can see over the afternoon and into the evening, things really build into this area. That is that upcoming severe weather. This is by about 8 p.m., and we will really see things ramping up by that point, and even more by the time we're reaching about 11 p.m. And then those kind of just continue up into Canada. So we see these move up into about here by the time we're reaching tomorrow afternoon. So these are going to just move out. Well, we see another storm develop right behind it, and this is also going to cause a severe weather threat on Thursday. This is by about 2 p.m., but by the time we reach about 8 p.m., we see that really there's a lot of activity building into this region. Again, back-to-back and overnight especially. We also take a look at some of those impacts. Also, by this point, we have some of that activity from the Atlantic moving onshore to the southeast. There was some tropical concerns with this. I don't think it's going to be a tropical system, especially not with how cold the waters are. I don't know what people were on about. People were really, really freaking out about that throughout the day yesterday, but I don't see that as a really big threat or even really a bullet point that's worth noting for the most part. We do have some activity here in the Northwest and also continuing on for the eastern United States as we approach Saturday the 14th. Sunday the 15th, we do have some showery and thunderstorm activity in here, but really minimal, again, quieter. By the time we reach Monday, we do see some more storminess move into the eastern United States. It's Monday, May 16th. See May 17th, 18th here. And then this is really the next thing that I have in my site here is around the 19th through 22nd time frame. We see a strong low build in for this region just to the east of the Rockies. It gets all the way down to the 980 millibar low pressure center. and it drags down some snowfall for the Rockies and also some rainfall up here in potential severe weather threat for the upper Midwest again by the time we're reaching the 20th, 21st time frame. So we're going to be watching that long range for a potential fairly major storm going on, and that's the next major thing we're really looking forward towards. Let's go ahead and take a look at the total precipitation real quickly for the next 10 days or 240 hours. Obviously, 24 times 10, 24 hours in a day times 10 equals 10 days. The white area, we expect no precipitation. Grays are going to be about 1/10 of an inch or less of precipitation. Greens are going to be 1/10 of an inch all the way to 1/2 an inch. Blues are going to be 1/2 an inch to an inch. Yellows will be 1 inch to 2 inches. And reds will be 2 to 6 inches of rainfall or precipitation in general. The browns are going to be 5 to 10 inches of precipitation. So that's where we're expecting a ton over the upcoming patterns. Of course, as always, find your area, find your color. And that's how much you're expecting over the next 10 days according to the European model. Let's go ahead and take a look at the total snowfall. And we're really going to be seeing this recede after we get past that major storm that's at about 9-10 days out right now. Once that one passes, I expect dramatically less snowfall to be showing up here on this total snowfall 10-day forecast. So that's going to be our next big one, and I think after that we can expect things to really quiet down for the most part. But if you're anywhere in the grays, you're expecting a dusting, if anything. Blues will be 2 to 6 inches of snowfall. Purples will be 6 to 10. Pinks will be 10 to 20. And then your pastels will be 20 to 48 inches plus. So keep that in mind. Find your region. That's your color. That's your amount you're expecting. Let's go ahead and take a look at the upcoming temperature pattern. So this is where we're at on the upcoming temperature pattern. I want to note here that there is some of this colder air here in the eastern United States, but this is just that wind coming off the ocean here. Since we see things shift to where they're going from east to west, we do see that the colder air does make its way on, but in general, the jet stream is kind of doing this. So there is a ridge over the eastern United States. We're just not feeling it along the coast because of that, basically the Atlantic air that's able to make its way onshore, but this is actually the jet stream pattern that we're taking a look at here around right now. Now, as we move on with this, we could see that the cold air is going to linger in this region. Also, for this region, it's going to linger. The warm air just kind of sits around in here in these regions. It's going to be quite warm. But as we approach the weekend, that southeast region of the United States is going to be able to actually warm up quite a bit. Saturday isn't looking too cold. We're seeing near normal, if not slightly above normal temperatures. And then definitely Sunday, May 15th, we see that things really warm up. So we're seeing quite a bit of warm air ongoing for the eastern United States there. And then by the time we reach Monday, we're going to see almost borderline hot air make its way in for the East Coast before we get a brief cool down that's going to bring some colder air in for about midweek next week around Wednesday, May 18th. This is what we're taking a look at. But as we approach the long range, we see things kind of return back to this pattern without that Atlantic air. So everywhere is able to basically warm up in the eastern United States, and then we get a big cool down here in the long range here for the western United States. And that is the look as of now for the upcoming temperature pattern. Let's go ahead and move on and talk about the Storm Prediction Center, though, for the upcoming severe weather. Now here's the day one categorical outlook. Anywhere in the lighter greens, we're expecting general thunderstorms, but you can't really rule out severe weather, so heed every watch, warning, and advisory. The darker green region is called our marginal risk area, and that's where we expect isolated severe weather to take place. Our 2 yellow regions is our slight risk areas, and that's where we expect, well, scattered severe weather. And then the orange area up there for Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota, Nebraska, that's where we have an enhanced risk of severe weather, and we expect a little bit more widespread severe weather to take place within that region there for today, May 11th. Now, let's go over the individual outlooks real quickly. This is all based on 25 miles of a given location. So, for instance, we have our darker green region here. That's where we expect a 5% chance of damaging wind, but that's within 25 miles of a given location. So, let's say you're in that darker green region. Your house is in that darker green region in this example. That doesn't mean that you specifically have a 5% chance of seeing damaging wind, on your house. That just means that within 25 miles of your house, there's a 5% chance. So, it's not quite as bad as it seems. And also, it's just not quite as bad as it seems. But definitely that is something to pay attention to. 25 miles is a pretty small proximity. So if 25 miles away from you is feeling damaging wind, you're likely feeling some windiness as well, depending on the situation, of course. Within the 2 yellow regions, though, we have a 15%, so that's dramatically higher, obviously, than the green region. But everywhere in there, you're going to want to heed every watch, warning, and advisory. The hail outlook here is a little bit worse. We have the 5% in the green. We have 15% in the 2 yellows, and then a 30 there in the red. Keep that in mind. So that's double what the yellow region is expecting as far as probability for hail. And then we have those 2 black hatched areas. You might be wondering what that is. That's just where we expect 2-inch diameter hail or larger to be possible based on the ingredients there for these storms. So we're going to really, really want to watch out for some large and damaging hail. Now, for the tornado risk, we have a 2% chance there within the 2 green regions of tornadoes. We have a 5% chance there within the brown region, and then a 10% chance there within the yellow region of tornadoes taking place. So keep that in mind throughout the day today, that we do have a pretty elevated tornado risk. For the day 2 categorical outlook, things get a little bit worse. We have 3 general thunderstorm risks there, where again we expect general thunderstorms, but still heed every watch, warning, and advisory because anything is possible. Darker green there is where we expect isolated severe weather. Yellow is scattered severe weather. And then orange again is more widespread severe weather. And that's a little bit larger for day 2, which is Thursday, May 12th. So it looks like tomorrow could be a little bit worse, but it's really hard to tell. It's kind of like flipping a coin, honestly. Now, for the damaging wind outlook, we have a 5% chance there within the green, 15% chance there within the yellow, and then a 30% chance there within the red, a very, very large red region there. For the hail outlook, it's the same exact thing, 5% in the green, 15% in the yellow, 30% in the red. But we also have that hatched region for day 2 as well, where again, we expect 2-inch diameter or larger hail to be possible there within that very large hatched area up there in the upper Midwest. For tornadoes tomorrow, things aren't looking much better. We have a 2% chance there within the green, 5% chance there within the brown, and then a 10% chance there within the yellow for day 2 or Thursday, May 12th. So back-to-back bad tornado days potentially. And then for day 3, we have 2 general thunderstorm risks there within the lighter green. The darker green region, again, is our marginal risk where we expect isolated severe weather. And then the yellow area is, again, where we have a slight risk of severe weather. And we expect scattered severe weather to take place within that yellow region for Friday, May 13th. Anyway, for today's confidence tab, we're at a 4 out of 6 just because we're talking a little bit more about that long-range storm. I think that's playing a bigger role in our videos, so we're lowering to a 4 out of 6 until we approach that more major event. For today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons, Bill Craig, James Wade, Dovey Nagel, Lara LePan, Mandy Birchfield, Patrick Strickland, Dave Scott, and Donna Carnes as well. I'd also like to thank our diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noel Emeka Kudalasa Catbite, Charles Stinnett, Bill Dallas, Gary's, and John Calisi also. I'd also like to thank our channel members, Catbite, Stephen Fan, and Jeremy Cox as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.